What up guys, my name's SnewJ. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna meet a gentleman by the name of Nick. He makes millions selling superchargers, installing superchargers. You don't know what a supercharger is, you put it in your car, it makes it faster, simple and plain. When it comes to Nick, he has a lot of knowledge about building successful businesses. So I'm gonna pick his brain and talk about operations and how he's built his company. This video is gonna be really, really good. Make sure you guys get a pen and paper out, laptop, whatever it is, let's get into it.
You tell me I'm someone you want, you tell me I'm something you need, but baby, you know that I'm bad for you, yeah.
All right guys, we're here and we're ready. Let's go. Welcome to VF Engineering. Here he is.
Hi Sam.
Good man, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Same here.
As we already know, I already know who you are. But for the people that don't know who you are, what's your name? What do you do for work? How old are you? And how much money do you make here?
Sure.
Yeah.
My name's Nick Saran. I'm the owner of VF Engineering. We've been in business for 26 years and we modify supercars. VF Engineering generates between $4 and $5 million a year and it's growing every year.
That's a lot of money, guys.
Hey, let me give you a tour and show you exactly what we do.
Let's get it. Come on, let's go. I'm excited.
Ooh, ooh, baby girl, know I got the juice.
That's a supercharger, huh?
Yes, that is a supercharger for a V10 Audi R8 or a Lamborghini Huracan, made here in California.
How fast will this make your car?
It's 200 horsepower, bringing acceleration on the four-wheel drive models to 2.2 seconds for 0 to 60.
And how much does this piece of beautiful machinery cost?
Depending on the application, anywhere between 30 and 40,000.
30 and 40,000. Wow, you can see that how that kind of just racks up, guys, in the bank account.
Let me show you around. Yeah, so we do all our own manufacturing in-house.
Okay.
Everything's 100% made in California.
Sick.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Everything made here. We're in control of it. We design it.
At this spot.
Yeah. Well, let me show you some of the
Let's go.
Yeah, right here we have supercharger systems for some BMW applications.
Oh.
These are some of our oldest applications. We've been supercharging cars for 25 years. These BMW M3s, any of the E46 version engine.
You're telling me these are superchargers for M3s, M4s?
Yes, well, that's the older ones.
Older ones,
the non-turbo ones. So
Oh, wow.
2001 to 2006.
How fast does it make the M3 go?
The E46 M3
Yeah.
stock is 333 horsepower
Okay.
and supercharged 570, which is about 500 wheel.
How much do these go for?
8 to 9,000, depending on which power level you choose.
What are some of the cars that you can supercharge besides the R8s, the Lambos?
So all the BMWs from E36 M3, the Z3, the 5 Series, all of the E46s,
Okay.
the E92 M3s.
Yeah.
We also supercharge Porsche 911, the 996.
Okay.
So that starts in 1999 and goes all the way up to 2012.
Wow.
We do a lot of software tuning. We're actually currently building our dyno facility next door.
Nice.
We've had a Mustang four-wheel drive dyno for almost 15 years. We just moved into this building around 11 months ago. And we're building it in 2 phases. So the dyno cell is the next phase. Right here is a machine supercharger pulley. This is where it all begins.
Okay.
It starts off life as a solid block of aluminum. We put it in the machine,
Okay.
and it cuts it into this shape. The belt runs around this and around the crank pulley, and that's
Okay.
how the supercharger is driven. Let me show you some more parts.
Yeah, let's get it.
So this machine here
This is exciting.
is called a mill, and this is a supercharger bracket, which the supercharger mounts to. We machine these also from solid blocks,
Okay.
and we can cut 3 to 5 at a time, depending on the setup on the machine. And this is how the supercharger is mounted to the engine. This machine is just being prepared to be loaded with more material.
I see
It's
that.
got 2 vices, and it's got fixtures for idler pulleys. So the idler pulleys are put on there, and the belt runs around the idler pulleys.
Yeah.
And that's the belt that drives the supercharger. And this one's like a smaller starter machine. It's also a lathe, and it runs the smaller material, and we run parts on that create spacers and fittings, connection fittings.
Okay.
All of those form part of the supercharger kit. So this is a aluminum material, and on the right-hand side you see here the tools are mounted to the turret,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
that comes down and basically cuts the material.
How long does the whole process take to make a supercharger ready to go?
There are a lot of different pieces in each kit. On average, I would say if we're if you're talking about from manufacturing to on the shelf,
Yeah.
It could be up to a month.
A month. Okay, got you. And then install on a on a Lambo or a supercar, it takes what?
4 days.
4 days. So, wow. There you go.
So what you see here is a full kit for a Lamborghini Huracan.
Oh, wow. Look at
We
that.
really take a lot of pride in not just performance, but the aesthetics.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm noticing is like, because it could just be a block of metal, right?
Yeah. Hey, Sam,
But
do you want to see one of these? We just installed one.
do I not? Yeah, let's go. Come on. I've seen them in the car before, right? I've even driven Nick's car, but this is for you guys because it's quite fascinating. This is the STO, huh?
Yeah. This is,
Wow. What do you guys give it from a scale 1 to 10? Oh my goodness, look at that supercharger. What's the stock horsepower on this again? Is it like
630.
630? Oh,
Yeah.
so it's like the Evo.
Evo, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now it's pushing
830.
830.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
With a touch of ethanol, we get it up to 850.
I've driven one of these guys and it's insane.
This is the second half.
Question, Nick, are these buildings bought out from
Yes.
you? Oh,
We
wow.
bought these buildings, and
That'd be pretty expensive,
the
huh?
business paid for it. Yeah.
How much do these buildings cost?
About 7 million.
7 mil.
Yeah.
So this is like real estate as well. Like you just
Correct.
bought real estate and he's making hella money. So,
So that's the key, I think, to growing and scaling up in business.
Yeah.
Is to acquire assets along the way. That's the practical tip.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with assets is they're growing while you're sleeping, such as real estate.
Yeah.
For a while, cars were growing, right?
Yeah,
but that's
true.
coming to an end soon. It seems they slowed
Wow,
down.
yeah.
So real estate, even through the tough times, through recessions, becomes a great time to buy.
Yeah.
And you could start at any time with as little as you can, as little as you know, 100,000.
Yeah, no, for
So
sure.
that's the practical way of really.
So these buildings combined is 7 mil, you say?
Yes,
around?
they are. Yeah.
Did you pay it out all flat out, or
No.
did
So
you...
the practical steps in buying commercial real estate is I actually found it a lot easier to buy a commercial building than I did a residential property, the home I live in.
Really?
Because the banks look at you differently. They look at you in black and white. Do your numbers line up? Do they meet the criteria? And even the Small Business Administration, the SBA, I thought would be actually kind of tedious to deal with. I thought they were going to take a long time. I thought there was going to be a lot of paperwork. It turns out if you keep a good set of books, you file your taxes every year, your business is healthy, you're growing, they love clients like you and they make it easy for you. They actually went out of their way to make it easy for us by basically giving us exactly the right forms.
Yeah.
They introduced us to the right people in the banks. They actually have a bank that they work with, depending on which SBA you go to.
Yeah.
And they made the process so smooth that it felt like it was seamless, no challenges.
Wow. How much did you have to put down? What was the percentage?
Well, the SBA, you don't really need to or want to put down more than 10%.
10%. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. This is gonna be good for the people here because like this is information that they need to know. It's like you don't.
It's critical.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really used a lot. The SBA is really set up by the government to help people grow. It's by the government, and they're actually motivated to help you. I thought, it's going to be a lot of red tape. They're going to be difficult and awkward to deal with, but it was totally the other way around.
Wow, look, I just learned something today, guys. I hope you did too. So let's keep it going. That was beautiful.
So these are the offices, and we just had the partial demo.
Got you. Oh, wow. This is a lot bigger than the other one, huh?
Yes, it is. Yeah, this one's 10,000 feet.
Wow. No. Nick, congrats, man. I don't know if you get it a lot, but congrats on everything that you do.
Appreciate it.
It just shows you guys that it's a journey, and I'm pretty sure you can expand on that when we go sit down, but it's been a journey and you just gotta be patient with it, is what it seems like.
I think the key is to be patient with yourself.
I know we talked about this a little earlier, how time is our most valuable asset, and a lot of people are just talking about hard work, but are you really living if you're just working hard all your life? And I kind of touch on that real quick.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I've heard, encouragement, we can call it, in the form of work hard, that's how you're going to make it big. I think that's very commendable. I think that works for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was in that place, and then I've changed my mindset. I don't think that we're really here on this planet to just work. Maybe we're working in a field that we really enjoy.
Yeah.
But do we really want to constantly trade hours for money? I feel like we're here to have a profound experience, to meet other people, encourage other people, encourage ourselves, do well. And there is nothing wrong with earning well and living well. But you don't necessarily have to do it by grinding yourself.
Yeah, I like that.
There are many other ways. It may take different amounts of time for different people. And it depends on which industry, if you're involved in a specific field. Mm-hmm. So if you're selling software with a monthly subscription and you're scaling that, you might make a lot.
Yeah.
Compared to somebody who opens a furniture store.
Yeah.
But it just depends. What do you really, really love doing?
Right. And
are you chasing money or are you chasing happiness?
You hear that, guys? Don't chase the money, okay? We have to be living a life that provides us with peace and happiness, you know? And most important, the word is peace. And it's like, if you're working all your life, did you really live a great quality life? Yeah. Execution is a big thing to do something what you've done here, what you built. Yeah. If I wanted to be that guy, like I wanted to be Nick, building superchargers, the practical steps that you took is you had a product, you found the product, right? Yes. And then you started selling it, marketing it, got your own building, built a team, and it just kind of turned into this whole thing, right?
Yeah. You know, some of the key things in that, how you relate to other people, how you relate to yourself. Yeah. First of all, I mean, if you found a product or a service or something that you have that's unique and you really believe in it, that's the thing to go for. That's the thing you pour into. And you don't look back. You don't, if you're pouring into something you really believe, you're not going to really be counting how long it's taking you to do something. You're just going to do it because you enjoy it. Yeah. And that's what we call being in the flow, right? Yeah. So for someone who wants to set up an automotive tuning business, I would suggest to them to look within and see which particular areas they're specifically attracted to. So are they specifically attracted to working on the car, the physical process of wrenching on the car? Are they specifically attracted to creating the website to promote that kind of a business? Are they good at photography of cars, but they want to have a car tuning business? Or do they have software programming experience and they feel like they know people and have an avenue and an opportunity to get into software tuning? Or suspension handling. So if you're good at physics, do you understand the dynamics of a vehicle on a racetrack, and you've got skills that you can apply that you've learned from somewhere, say maybe at school or some other skill sets, that you can then take into a workshop and convert them into parts, designs. So you have you take an M4 or an M3 and you take it to the track. Can you refine the suspension a little bit more than what it already is? Because it's already amazing. Yeah. Have you got the flair, the panache, and the skills to find out? Yeah. Go and tinker, try it, and if it doesn't work, keep trying. If you still enjoy it, keep trying till you find the solution. And that's how you can find that one thing or that group of things that you can then focus on and turn into the fundamentals of your automotive business.
I like that. And that same rule applies for just life in general. It's exactly what Nick's explaining is trying to find that thing in life. So Nick, you dropped a lot of gems today. We appreciate it. Where can they follow you? I know you got the VF Engineering Instagram.
Yeah, our Instagram is our favorite place. It's VF Engineering. We've also got a YouTube channel, VF Engineering, which we've got a couple of videos on, just fun stuff. Also, our website is fully loaded with a whole bunch of products and lots of photography, vfe1.com.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, I love your accent. And it reminds me of a video game. Just gotta tell you that.
Well, life is like a video game.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. That was beautiful. Also, You know, you said you're 50 years old, right?
Yeah.
What's your skincare routine? You don't have any wrinkles. Like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
I just don't take on stress, and I like to, like you said, have peace.
Yeah.
So I do everything with consciousness, and I'm fully committed to everything I do, and I'm present.
Yeah.
And it's an evolving path, and I think if everyone is constantly trying to be better than who they were the previous day without comparing themselves to other people, we can all really grow and make progress that way.
I like that. And I like that you say you don't really stress.
Yeah.
It's funny because my sister, she's a OT, occupational therapist, and she deals with like older patients, and there's this patient that's 100 years old, and she's like, what's your secret? And she's like, well, I never really got mad in my life. So I think that's a good
one.
Thing. Yeah,
that's
so
good.
Cool. No, awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you again.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Excellent.
You're falling back. I know I don't wanna play. Can't hurt you, there's no escape.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the whole video. Nick, fantastic guy. He gave us practical steps of how he built his business, and I hope you guys can apply that too. Whatever you're inspired in, whatever you wanna do, whether that's building a business, this is a great example, a great talk. So hopefully you guys took that in, took it to heart, wrote some stuff down, and apply this to your life. It's always a journey, right? We have to love ourselves, be at peace with ourselves in this process, in this journey. And Nick is a perfect example of that. Remember, guys, it's not gonna always be easy. Just keep trying things out, keep applying the things that you know, keep learning, keep growing your mind, but know that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. No hezzy on the mind, I'm out.